Our federal government is telling us that inflation is currently at an acceptable annual rate of 2.26%. But just this past weekend, Warren Buffett, the world's most successful investor, said, "We're seeing very substantial inflation. We're raising prices. People are raising prices to us, and it's being accepted." This contradiction reminds me of Paul Simon's 1990 masterpiece, Born at the Right Time, where he croons that he's never been lonely and never been lied to. Is our government lying to us? Well, all it takes is a trip to the grocery store, gas station, or Home Depot, and you'll certainly question what the economists are saying. I just paid $150 for 2 sheets of plywood that would have cost me $50 a year ago. Ouch! But most of us can swallow inflation, and we have since the beginning of monetary exchange. Costs rise for a variety of reasons, and this escalation is typically followed by rising prices. After all, one can't sell below costs for long, can you? But for optometry, inflation can be the kiss of death. Why? There are 2 significant reasons. First, the impact of inflation is cloudy to you. You track your business based upon cash collections. If you want revenue to go up, you simply squeeze a few more patients into the schedule. And because you track your business using cash basis accounting, there's little connection between the revenue generated by a patient and the costs associated with that same patient. As just one for instance, you all talk about cost of goods, but you don't really know your true cost of goods. What you do know is your cost of purchases. You know the cost of what you buy, but not that of what you sell. Only accrual-based accounting provides that information. Unfortunately, the majority of optometrists are lost in the deception that cash basis accounting delivers. While I could provide a lengthy dissertation on the misinformation you receive from cash basis accounting, I'll save that for another day. Needless to say, your current accounting system hides a multitude of other potential financial challenges, including the impact of inflation. But inflation is not a particularly worrisome event in any business where you can control your prices. Your local grocery store experiences a nickel increase in the cost of a dozen eggs, and they simply increase their prices by a nickel or more. Your gas station sees cost inflation and runs out and changes the price at the pump. The system works. But what about you? Reality is that those of you who take acceptance of vision plan reimbursements, in a word, you're screwed. Your costs are going up, but most of you haven't seen an increase in reimbursements for over a decade. You have and will continue to experience the proverbial squeeze for many years. But with inflation running rampant, you're going to feel pain. And unless you act now, you won't be able to fight back. Inflation provides yet another reason for you to take back control of your practice. It's time to stop taking acceptance of vision plan reimbursement and become an out-of-network provider. And the path to doing so is now well worn. Many of your colleagues are voicing the proverbial, "I'm sick and tired of it, and I'm not going to take it anymore." At Cleinman Performance Partners, we've invested heavily in developing the education you need to take back control of your practice. Through our Exiting Vision Plans Profitably virtual conference, for less than the cost of a single patient write-off, you'll learn the proven strategies and mechanics of cutting the ropes that bind you and gain the ability to respond to inflation. Getting out of vision plans is good for everyone. Well, except vision plans. You see, if inflation increases your cost by 5% and 50% of your business has a cap on your ability to respond, then you have to raise your fees to non-plan patients by 10% just to break even. Now that's inflationary. The time is right for you to act. The pandemic and widespread inflation is providing the impetus. Your patients will respond positively to your making the move. Indeed, imagine the savings you could provide to all your patients if you didn't have to write off $236 per exam, file claims, and manage third-party payers. It's time to take a lesson from Warren Buffett's playbook.